Who family?
Nigga. No, I'm not catering. If you mean catering, I'm not catering nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess you got to take break from time to time.
Yeah. Oh, you ain't send the photo, boo. Trying to post this shit.
I did. I put it in the chat.
Oh,
You
the
ain't
chat.
see it?
Uh,
Yeah.
I got it. I got it.
Bub was good, man.
Man, boy, well rested. I took my
What?
ass to sleep at 9:30 last night.
Damn.
Damn.
Hey yo, peep. After the show, Thursday, I was watching y'all shit on my train,
Mm.
and that shit was like literally like right after the show ended, my fucking train like sideswiped this fucking SUV right where I was sitting at. I don't know how this dummy got on the tracks with his SUV in the location that we was at. It was like impossible for a whip to be right there. So I'm like, yo, I'm looking, and this clown ass, he ain't die anything like that because I'm saying his shit just got sideswiped.
Damn.
He climbing out the window and shit. The fire department had to come and just like cut all these metal gates to get to his ass. Man, this shit was wild, man.
Yo, niggas is stupid, bro. Yo,
Like, bro,
one
you
time,
wanted to die that night.
niggas
Lucky.
is dumb, bro. And then they want you to be sad. I know one nigga, this nigga got hit by a train, right? But the nigga was playing. Like, how the fuck do you? He got hit on the subway at that. That mean you got to get down there.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yo, they like, yeah, his son got hit by a train. He was playing on the train track. So the niggas got mad at me because I'm like, I bet he won't do that shit again.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, like God bless the dead, but that's stupid as stupid, nigga. It don't matter about the outcome.
Yeah.
You know? Where's this bomb? B was good.
What's going on?
I see you changed the background.
Yeah, I got to change it up sometimes.
Where you at now? What country you in?
The US,
Huh?
the US of A.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Yo, B, do me a favor, bro.
What's up?
Don't make up no words today, okay?
Oh, okay.
What's that word you made up?
Astrospect.
Yeah, what the fuck was you doing?
Astrospect. See, that's the synonym for perspective. You never heard that astrospect?
That's a synonym for perspective.
Yeah, for perspective.
Yo.
I was not English was my thing, Hamp. Now you can talk to me about the Bible, but English is my thing now. I was
Oh,
very good at
talk
English.
that talk, B. Talk that talk.
B, are you serious, my nigga?
I'm
Are you
very-
Let him know, B.
B, don't let these niggas put a battery in your back. Yo,
Listen, if I'm gonna send you some pictures what my professor sent to me about my paperwork and all.
nigga, fuck your professor, nigga. Let me tell you something. The fucking DeVry professor don't count.
It's a professor. How does they
Nah,
not?
bro. That fucking Job Corps professor don't count, nigga. Yo, that's what's up. Okay, I see you. Yo, Bub, did you see we had to teach B how to drink? Out of cup?
Yeah.
Nigga, this nigga like this, nigga. And then look, so then he hit two mistakes. He did this right here, and then he trying to get the last to come. He like, nigga, if you ever duck lip your shit again, nigga. Yo. Yo.
Oh shit.
Word, man. All right. We here, man. We waiting on Sad to get that technology together, but it is what it is. This might be risky. DJ Ham to stand Pee Wee in the building.
DJ Ham does it.
As you can see, the fellas is lively and ready today. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for this one. We gotta chop up some fables because this world going to shit, man. Like Adrian was saying a couple episodes ago on the original, this might be risky, man. So we here. All right. Man, so let's get right into it. Oh man, it's Saturday morning, man. A lot of shit to do, but we gotta chop this shit up. All right, so the media cycle, the news cycle, I mean, it's been kind of clean in terms of you know, the red pill movement. Some people would say, just to give you a definition, like Kevin Samuels would have been like a red pill creative. Like it's about men, for men, empowerment of men, um, and particularly empowerment of men. I don't want to say against women, but to protect themselves like from women, and chop up some of them fables and how men are conducting themselves, like that dude Derek Jackson. That would not be red pill. That nigga would be like a simp, because he would say everything that women want to hear, you know, put them on a pedestal, so on and so forth. While red pill says, listen, men are the prize, and you need to understand your worth. You know, that don't mean you treat women insignificantly, but they ought to understand their role and responsibility as it comes to men. You know, so God bless the dead to Kevin Samuels, but there's been a couple women that came out as a recent kind of champion the red pill or the message of Kevin Samuels. You know, um, so I guess I'm wondering, like, why is that? Are women like waking up, or were they already there? Like, can somebody break that down for me? Like, why are some women now coming out saying, listen, Kevin Samuels is right, or not saying, not necessarily explicitly saying that, but championing his message, so to speak. What you think, Eddie?
Peace, y'all. I think it's two pronged, right? I think it's a combination of what you said. They're waking up because a lot of women are sick and tired of
Come on.
there being this little Kim, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B mentality. We are the world, you know. Uh, we out here twerking, city girling it up. You know what I'm saying? Horrible womb management, all that shit, right? All these things that we've gotten to know as, you know, what I call horror culture, right? And it's being accepted. And you throw feminism in there and the destruction of the black family, all that shit, right? So they're waking up and no longer wanting to be that. But in terms of the other half, I think they might be abusing the fact that he's gone now. So they want to jump into the space and come off like they gurus about this shit. And they really don't even believe most of what they're saying. So it's just like, again, with women getting that level of attention, moving the needle around, getting the manosphere, they call it, the red pill community, to think that, okay, a woman is talking some legit shit, like, all right, you know, let me listen in on that.
And they
But
opportunists,
oh yeah, like I think it's half and half.
haven't have. Yeah. So, because you know, our subject line is why can't black women submit to black men? But I was seeing some of that. B, have you seen the ladies kind of coming out and being like a champion of Kevin Samuels' message?
Yeah, I actually have. There has been a few videos, a few clips I've seen on social media where some women have come out in support of Kevin Samuels.
Uh,
Yeah, I've seen some of that.
yeah. What you think of it?
Well, I would say opportunist. You and Eddie hit on that. I would say opportunist. I would also say that maybe his message did get through to them in a true way. Maybe they're realizing that black women are the most divorced, the least married. Maybe they are realizing that that 1 out of 4 black women will die alone.
Hmm.
And you know, again, like Kevin said, blackdemographics.com, when you go to those websites, it talks and gives the demographics in terms of black men and women. And maybe women are starting to see, you know, I'm in my 30s, I'm in my 40s, and the propensity for me to die alone, it's there, it's higher, you know. Another thing that Kevin hit on in terms of marriage is it could be a business. You know, your youth is eventually going to die down. Do you have that? How much is it to retire? I think it's I know it's in the high 6 digits. Do you have that amount of money to retire alone? Sickness, aging, you know, do you have all that in order, you know, money wise, when you get older? So I think that some women now are starting to realize, you know, I don't have that 500,000 to retire alone. I need help. And the reason why I'm not married is probably because my attitude. Well, let me tone it down some, because it goes back to that episode, maybe about 4 episodes ago, when the lady said I took Kevin Samuels' advice, you know, and I got the ring. So I think it's several factors on why they are championing Kevin Samuels, but opportunists, I think that's another reason as well. Because they get to be famous and to come up like Kendra, whatever her last name is. So yeah, that's what I think.
Well, Kendra G been out for a minute though.
Well, that is true. She has, but her new platform, live on singles on live or whatever, that came out after she did the interview with Kevin Samuels. If you remember, her and Kevin Samuels had an interview together. Then all of a sudden,
Like a year ago though, right? A couple years.
right,
A year ago?
exactly. Then thereafter,
Yeah.
she came out with her podcast, live on single live, however you pronounce it. So yeah, opportunist. I would say that as well. She just tweaked it to her own, in her own way.
You
Yeah.
did.
What you think? Are women waking up or what?
Yeah, I think they are. That's the narrative I'm gonna go with. I feel like it's the truth. So however it comes out, whether it's motivated by them trying to be greedy, I think you had a lot of women who were like, yeah, I can get what Kevin Samuels said, but it was his tone. So now that women are saying it, women are talking it, they're not having that tone issue that they had with Kevin Samuels. So now that I feel like more women will continue to be receptive. I also felt like that.
What do you think about tone though?
I mean, it don't matter. I mean, we know it don't matter, but we know also women gonna use things for an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also feel like too, like if relationships in the Black community are gonna get better, I felt like it would have to be women that would deal with women and men need to deal with men. So the fact that more women are coming out pushing this towards other women, I think is gonna lead to just better relationships for us all.
Okay.
So I'm all for it.
Yeah. That's fair. But what you think, man? Women actually waking up, or is this more of a facade or anecdotal?
Nah, we ain't waking up. It's always been there. I was I was gonna go the route that that A went and B and said, because I always would say, bruh, the message could be popping, but it's the
Yeah.
messenger that people don't respect. You feel me? So
Yeah.
so so everything they spewing out right now, men been saying. You know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all ever talk to a woman, you try to tell her something, right?
Yeah.
And then that shit go through one ear and out the other. And then a week later, one of her friends or whatnot, or a family member tell her the same exact shit you already done told her. And she more receptive towards them than she was towards you. Yo, that shit be driving yo, that shit be
is
driving me
irritating.
wild. It be driving me crazy. So it's like I wouldn't say that, they coming, more on board. Now they just became the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't respect the message that was coming from us per se. You
But
feel me?
but how we
So
gonna how is that though? Like how is that successful? If
because it's
if
like,
they can't take it coming from us, but they have to deal with us after receiving that message.
but it's true. You got a point. But all right, so let's say you take like a dominant female that people respect. Let's say Beyonce hopped online and started spewing some I can't even speak. Um
Kevin
some
Samuels.
some of Samuel's fucking ideologies, right?
Yeah.
Women gonna be more accepting towards it because it's coming from her. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now if Kanye West spew that same shit, they gonna be like, man, get the fuck out of here, Kanye. You crazy. You feel me? So it all depends on who the messenger is, man.
Yeah.
That's what women, respect per se.
Shed, what up, bro? Welcome.
What's good?
Ain't shit, man. Ain't shit.
The audio good. All right.
Hey, we got action, man. This moving shit, man. This moving.
Word. Yeah,
Man.
we were just said we was kind of recapping, like there was some women that came out and they kind of championing Kevin Samuel's message. So we're just wondering, are they opportunists or did people really hear what he had to say?
Man, we live in a society where everybody's looking to be the next, the get rich quick scheme, the quickest way possible. They don't believe shit they saying. They just saying the shit trying to get get off. You know what I mean? They trying to fill a space that they know it's a void, and that's what people do. I mean, it's intelligent in its own way because I mean it's a void there. So now, and they switch it up, and it's coming from a quote unquote female perspective. Now all of a sudden they're the guru, they're the next, they're the this, they're the that. They don't believe shit they saying. They just talking the talk at this point.
Word. Okay. So a few different perspectives.
I got a quick question then.
Go ahead.
So then, does it matter though if it'll still lead to men getting the results that we want? Because like at the end of the day, this is the message we've been trying to preach to them. They don't want to listen. Now that it's coming from them, they're listening, which means we'll get the results that we were trying to get. So if that's the main thing we were trying to get to anyway, should we be okay with it or no? I mean,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
To each his own. But I mean, realistically, a lot of women were listening to Kevin Samuel. You know what I mean? When you think about it, like we pointed out, a couple said that my relationship has gotten better, so forth and so on. But at the end of the day, now, like everything is, like I said, get rich quick. What's the quickest way to that bag? I'm all about getting a bag where I don't got to work for nobody else. I can get up and get on the computer and talk shit to somebody. Now this individual passed away. Now that space is open.
Right.
I'm going to try to be the first person in that space. Will it work out for the guys in the long run? Sure, it might, and it has in some way, but I think it's more just the time in general, just the way things are going in general. Like females are seeing, like somebody said, that Meg Thee Stallion, that all that popping the ass coming out in the whoop-de-woo, like we looking past that. That shit, we've been there for how many years now? What's next?
But that shit always works though, doesn't it?
Yeah, nah, to who?
Unfortunately.
For women. Like think about this. You think anybody play chess?
Yeah.
Or at the very least understand chess?
Understand it a little bit.
Yeah.
So the king, right? He can move every which way, right? But just one space at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So think about the life of a man, right? You know, men that become successful is inch by inch, step by step, day by day. You know, he can move every which way, right? But it's methodical, it's slow paced, it's a grind, you know. So when he buy that $1 million yacht or whatever it is, right? And you see that one man up there with a bunch of women, that nigga grinded that shit out every day, right? Moving intentionally, right, to get there. And so when men hit their financial peak in a mid 40s, early 50s, it's because it took that much time to gain that much wealth, right? That makes sense, right? So that's how the king moves step by step, day by day in chess. And then look at the queen. What can she do? She can
go
go
all over the
all the
board.
way, all the way up
Everywhere.
and down the board, right? Every which way, right? The whole board too. So how do we make an analogy for that? Fucking Instagram. You got a body, you got a face, right? You can get on that same yacht like fucking the queen does on the chessboard, all the way across instantly, because all you need is those body parts, and you need a good face. And that same man who grinded it out will put you on that same yacht he on because of how you look and some of your aesthetic features.
That's a fact.
In some ways, that's a fact. But we know a lot of people that's
Oh,
really
said don't do some. Go all the way with it, nigga. If you
nah. When I
disagree.
say some, because like it's some of us that have to grind step by step, stone by stone. But some people have their entitlement and have been in certain positions or given certain positions to where they're at a certain space.
We ain't talking about them crackers.
Well, with us, I mean, how many of us are there that are at that point to where we yachting it up, and you know what I'm saying?
Not that many.
It's not that many. That's why I got to say some. You know what I mean?
Well,
There's some.
you don't gotta say some though. To see, here's the thing: we talking about the niggas who got there. We ain't talking about the niggas who didn't get there.
Oh, well, there's a few niggas that got there that were, you know what I'm saying, given or in that or sacrifice something that a lot of us wouldn't sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? So
Like
it
what?
has to
Wearing
be
a
a
dress?
some. Say it again.
Like what? Wearing a dress or something? What you mean?
I mean, maybe if that's what it takes for them, certain people might do that. You know what I mean? Or bending over frontwards and backwards, however you want to call it. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? they have the opportunity as women to use their bodies to get where they want. I mean, because that's what we want, men. That's all some men want.
But what did you say some for though? What are you disagreeing with? Is my question.
Because, like I said, when I said some, not all men were built brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? There with us, even with our community, outside of the crack community, as you say, you know what I'm saying? I get that. But even with us, there's some that's been put there strategically. You know what I mean? In certain ways. So yeah, the females, they can use their OnlyFans, their bodies, their Instagrams, their photos to get to that next step. Easy. But if we're going to talk about the subject that we're speaking on, as far as them opening their minds and actually getting it, that's totally different.
But what are you speaking on tokenism?
Well, of course, you know there's tokenism. It's
but
a
I'm
lot
trying
of
to
that.
figure out what you disagree with, though.
I disagree with the fact that every guy that has that yacht that has gotten there brick by brick.
But that's what the women do, right?
The women, we know a woman don't have to do shit if you look good.
What I'm saying, what you doing is what the women do.
As far as what?
They be like, oh well, some of them now we get
That's not what the women do. You know what I'm saying? I won't have to agree with that one.
They don't do that.
Again, some of them do, and some of them don't.
Jesus Christ, that's what the women do, though, right?
No, my man, no, not at all, not at all.
Am I bugging? Somebody let me know if I'm bugging. But it said doing what the women do.
Let me know if I'm bugging. Please help me out.
Yeah, I'm thinking you bugging, my nigga. Like I think like we know all don't mean all, but why point out the niggas who got it easy? I don't understand that.
Okay, you just said all don't mean all, so that means there's some left over.
I know, but what was the point of pointing out the sums? We ain't talking about the sums.
Okay, we talking about in general a group. So there are some that got it this way. There's some that got it that way. There has to be a some in there.
No. So what Hemp is saying is,
maybe I'm
it's already we already know that it's always going to be outliers. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be some that that everything is not going to apply to. So we're not even going to worry about addressing it. We're going to stick with the majority.
Let me you know what? I think let me change said name to Alex.
You definitely wild, man.
Yo, Sad hit us with the sums. I said, what the fuck is going on?
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Alex, yo.
Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Q too. Q be watching, yo. Shout out to Q, yo.
No,
Q said she made. Is it like she made the shade room or some shit? So. Said, let me start. You answer this question for me.
What?
Why can't black women submit to black men? Why they can't? Not say they can't. Why they don't want to?
Well, unfortunately, these women these days been raised to be so independent. To me, I think that takes away from the situation. That's what puts them in there because they feel that they're so independent. They feel like they've been in this alpha role for so long that they are running the ship. They are the captains of the ship, and that's basically at the end of the day what's fucking up society right now.
Word. Said, I mean, Chef Eddie, is there such thing as an alpha woman?
Fuck no.
No, absolutely not.
No. Hell no.
Wow. Hey, let them tell it. Let them tell it.
Let me break that shit down. Like, are there exceptional women? Absolutely yes. Are there women that live and strive and do amazing shit? Absolutely, yes. But even the term alpha male is problematic too. It's just like, yo, what the fuck is so alpha about you that you out here calling yourself that? And it's like nobody else acknowledges you as that. But then the way you live also, it's like, yo, there's nothing where that term is used that says you are this, right? And then we consider what it is.
Not right. I don't know. I disagree. What do you mean? There's no alpha men either?
I just don't like the term. I just think it's one of them shits that's just like you say this shit because you
hold on. What the fuck is going on today? Dad hit me with the sums, and then Eddie said, "I don't like the term." What the fucking girls have y'all been hanging out with this morning?
I'm being real. Like the term itself is just like, oh, I'm an alpha man. I do all this shit.
I
when you
gotta
live
fade.
and thriving in your
Hold on,
masculinity, you don't
Eddie.
have
Hold
to
on.
call
Let me
yourself that
fade.
shit.
I gotta fade the black, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can finish.
You
Bullshit.
know, some
Nah,
other
get,
shit.
get him right, Eddie. I'm with you,
Yeah, but
Eddie. Don't
it's
get him
legit.
right,
It's
bro.
legit shit. It's just
Wow.
like when
Wow.
you running and
Oh
and
my
all the above, and your masculinity is never in question. You always on your shit.
Yeah.
You are that, right? But to call yourself that or have other people acknowledge you as such is some bullshit. So when women say it, it's just like y'all just backing off of shit that is attached to men. Again, attempting to rock like men do. It's just like, no, like thrive in your femininity. There's power in your femininity. Stop trying to be like men. So that's why I don't fuck with the whole alpha female shit. Like that shit is nah.
So
I
you
don't
said
even
you
believe
were.
that shit exists.
Fucking it don't exist.
Well, hold on. Let me get A in here since yeah, Eddie, go ahead. I agree with you and all that. That cheerleader shit. What you talking about, A?
uh,
Nah, so he right. It's like if you're I'm a grown man. Period. I don't have to go around saying I'm an alpha man. I don't have to attach anything else to it. I do what I'm supposed to do. My life reflects it. Everything is taken care of. I am what I'm supposed to be. I don't need to attach another label to it. Like, oh, I'm an alpha man. No, I'm a man. Period. What a man is supposed to be, that is me. When you start adding all the extra stuff, and I think that's what Eddie was saying, like it's pointless. It's pointless. It really don't carry much weight. It's just another word, give other people to throw things off of, another discussion. Now, well, what is an alpha? So if it's an alpha, then it got to be a beta, and like all of this other stuff, just creating more and more division. I feel like, you know what I'm
But
saying? But it's
is
like, no,
are all
nah,
men created equal?
huh?
Oh, so you saying are you guys? So you saying, but are all men created equal? Are there alphas and betas or no?
absolutely,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
How do you define alpha male, Brian?
An alpha male. I mean, to me, an alpha in short terms, an alpha male. Hold on, you said alpha male, alpha female.
Alpha male. How do you do?
Alpha male.
Well, first, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I got smoke for y'all niggas this morning. Y'all done got me upset. Yo, so would you consider yourself an alpha male?
Who me? I I would say I'm gonna keep it real. I would say no because I'm not where I want to be at, which would define an alpha. Nah, that's just me. Now, don't take what I'm saying lightly. I ain't no bitch. No, all right. So don't think, oh, he an alpha, he can roll up. No, it don't work like that over here. But when I look at Ham, like he embodies that because he's married, he has his own place, he has certain things that's going for him. That in order for me to call myself an alpha, like Kevin would or Hamp would, maybe even said, I'm just not at that level yet. So I would say no. Now, one thing that I did want to piggyback on is why can't black women submit to black men? Because of that right there. That right there, Ham.
Give us something to submit to.
Ham, I get so sick and tired of hearing women say, give us something to submit to. So you mean to say, let's say, because majority of the black women, they like black men. So let's say there's 1 million black men in the world, and half of those men are married. That half of 1 million is 500,000. So you mean to tell me out of 500,000 men, that all of them are shit, none of them are good, you can't submit to none of them? I hate, why do black women say that? Give us something to submit to. There's no good men out there that you're not willing to submit to. None at all. Oh, but because he's not what you're used to.
No, it's more problematic than that, though, B.
Huh?
It's more problematic than that. The problem.
How is it problematic?
No, I'm saying it's more problem with the women, not you. No, you good.
Oh.
I'm talking about the comment that she made. See, my issue with that is women don't give the men the opportunity to put himself and put them in a position. It's as soon as they make a decision, they contradict their decision. As soon as they try to do this, but this. So in certain terms, when you come to your relationships and the things that you're trying to do, you might have to let that man make a decision and maybe possibly make a mistake. But he's not going to learn, or he's not going to be able to do what he needs to do until he's allowed to do what he needs to do. So if I come into this relationship and I'm like, all right, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this, 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 and this. And then all the bucks, she's like, well, but how about no? That's not how this is going to go.
Hold on. We got I just dropped the link, right?
Oh boy.
So Tawana done jumped up here. So let me bring her to this page.
Here we
quick.
go.
Come on.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning.
What up, though?
What's happening? Everybody good?
Everybody
Absolutely.
good.
I'm still in the lay down mode, so y'all respect that part.
Now, Ham, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Tawana. What does it look like in terms of a woman, black woman specifically, submitting to a black man? What does that look like? What does that look like?
To me, and I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Okay.
That looks like loving that man, caring for that man, protecting that man at all costs. Submitting to him for me means us being able to relate, agree to disagree sometimes, not always going to agree, sharing moments of, hey, I ain't got it right now. You got me. I got you. Period.
All right. Now, let me ask this question. All right. Out of all the millions of men out there in the world, for you to submit to that black man, what type of man would he need to be? I'm going somewhere with this. What type of man would he need to be? All of what you just said, what type of man would he need to be?
He would need to be a kind of man that can protect me.
Okay.
That can show me that what love really feels like.
Okay.
We provide for each other. I'm not asking for no provisions because I come with my own shit too. Right? Okay. So providing for me don't just mean money. Providing for me means providing for my household. Right? Okay. So I got children. Right? So if you come into me, we got children. Right? It ain't just mine. It's a we thing now. Right? Okay. Just making sure that you can give me the love that I desire, that I need, and I can give it back.
Hey,
and I can give it back.
All right,
I got a question for you.
Hold on, Bub. One second for you.
Go ahead,
please keep your question because I'm going somewhere with this.
Come on.
Out of all the things I asked earlier, and the second question I asked, here's my third question. Think of all the millions of men in the world, black men in the world. You mean to tell me out of the 5 things you said that man would need to be in order for you to submit to him? Out of all those 5 things you just named, you mean to tell me out of all the millions of men in the world, you can't find that one man who's willing to do all 5 of those things?
I didn't say I couldn't find a man. You asked me a question. I answered your question. I didn't say that man ain't here.
But that question was, okay, true. But, okay, so let's take you out the equation because you also said in the comment, give us something to submit to.
Exactly.
But if we just broke it all down.
All of those attributes is something to commit to.
Okay, again, my question, you can't find that one man or a woman can't find that one man who's willing to contribute to all of that?
Absolutely she can. Absolutely.
Right,
absolutely she can. And I have found that.
I gotta jump in, man. I gotta jump in.
All right, jump in, Bob. Okay.
Hey, Tawana.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Bless.
How long are you willing to wait for these things though before you start submitting?
Okay, so in a relationship, first of all, my getting to know you comes first. You getting to know me comes first, right? I can detect bullshit from the gate. Right? So I'll give you
can per se.
I can. Tawana. Okay. Tawana, okay. I can, right? So it's especially after dealing with don't get me wrong. I've been in a relationship where I stayed in it too long. And I saw the signs. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That I was addicted to that on the real. And I keep it real. I say what's real.
What's too long though? I want to
hear. It was too long. Too long was 12 years of too long.
Okay.
And I knew he wasn't giving me everything that I desired and my heart needed and my space needed. But I was so wrapped up coming out of being vulnerable, having a divorce, that I was so attracted to everything that he was showing me initially, and then it turned out to be straight bullshit.
Okay.
Anything
Now,
else, gentlemen?
Yeah.
yeah.
It
I
is a
want to.
long
I want to
time.
keep rocking,
Well, come
but
on.
Oh
got
shit.
this.
Y'all
12 years is a
excuse my
long time
background. I
though.
just moved. I just moved to Dallas, Texas. So I still got boxes that I'm unpacking and all of that.
As
So
long as you
just
ain't got the bonnet on, it's all good. You
no,
ain't got
I don't do bonnets, boo. My hair's on that natural shit. It's real. I come with the real shit. Real everything. Real everything. I mean everything is real. I come with it.
Hey, I see. I see a lot of women not willing to take that time and grow with a man to get him to the place that she wants him to be.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of women get blinded by the lights. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
They see what another woman has, or what she's portraying that
Right.
she has, but she's probably getting beat upside the head when she's not online. And they want that shit now. They don't want to wait for it, but they want it now. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to grind with this man. And you could miss out on the good opportunity, a good man trying to chase something that could never, that you may never be able to obtain.
Absolutely. I
Right?
did that.
So
I did that. I missed out on a good man chasing bullshit.
that's my point. Now, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but when I first met my wife, yo, I told her in the beginning, I said, yo, we ain't always gonna be here. And I stuck to that shit. And she grinded it out with your boy. When I say she grinded it out, she really, really grinded it out with your boy. So
Hmm.
whatever she asked me for now, she gonna get that,
Right. I was married
regardless.
for 18 years.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I married my first boyfriend. Okay. So I'm not the regular woman. I come with some other stuff.
Oh my
Right.
god, AW always got some shit to say. God damn.
Yo, I for a second I thought you was AW. There's this broad that shows up here every Saturday,
Every goddamn
just
Saturday, and she won't
talking
never
Yo,
hop her ass
shit.
on the goddamn
I'm
podcast.
like, God, yeah,
Oh
you talking about the
damn!
unhealed? Oh my god!
And then
I
Wow.
and then she
appreciate
love to use the
Tawana
word.
because she's being honest about her journey. You know what I mean? Like that's something that a lot of these modern broads will not do is be honest and authentic about who the fuck they are, who they're
Hmm.
going to be, who they want to be under the submission of men. But even the word submission, they're allergic to that. The
Mm.
ideals of taking care of their man, like it's automatic for us to want to take care of y'all. It's
Right.
not a fucking discussion. Like we
Right.
look forward to a woman that we can provide for. Women today, on the other hand, it's on some other shit. Like, oh, why I gotta do that? Give me something to submit to. This, I'm just like, you know what, ho, stay alone, stay by yourself.
Yo,
Hmm.
I got a
now
question,
Tawana,
Tawana. Oh, go ahead, B. Go ahead, bro.
at, at what point did the switch click off in your head and said, listen, all right, okay, maybe there's some things I got to change about myself too. Did that ever
Um.
happen to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because y'all use that alpha woman, alpha male, alpha female term. Um. Somebody would look at me and say I carry that alpha female term, right? I don't consider it alpha. I just think I've been through a lot, and it's created me to maintain my strong womanism. I come from a strong list of history of women in my life. My mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother. So I understand the fundamentals of a real woman brings to the table and what her role is as a woman at this point. It took me a minute to recognize my own insecurities, my own failures, my own everything that was keeping me from growing, right? And I had to take a moment to say, yo, you gotta do something about you, Tawana. And I decided to do a lot of falling back, you know, give the man an opportunity to be who he is, play his role and play his position. So I'm
O-
grateful for that part.
Okay, now
So,
did you give all that new found positive energy to your new man,
Yes,
or
I
did you,
did.
but you
I did.
didn't, but you didn't give none of that to your ex?
I gave it to my ex because I was young. Remember, I got married at 23. So I really didn't, I was still young,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I was still young. Um, but the growth part for me is, I'm grateful for that. Not every woman does that. And that's why I mentor. I mentor a lot of young women because they don't understand what a woman really, what her position really is. We have positions,
Hmm.
and we got to play our positions.
Yeah.
We got to play our positions and let the man be the man. But my reason for saying, and I'm going to get to you, B, is because my reason for saying is give us something to submit to is because you can't be the woman in my relationship.
Mm.
Okay. You got to come in here being the man. I want a man. I don't want to have to be the man. And
Okay,
sometimes you find relationships where men don't recognize their position.
Mm.
Bitch ass niggas.
but okay,
That's
and
real. That's real.
okay, and I'll give you that. That's absolutely real. It's just, but also again, how I broke it down. There's some men out there that's totally opposite of what you just named.
There's
So
some women
again,
out there totally opposite of what you're thinking.
very true. But well, okay, well, what's my thinking then?
Your thinking was why would you say women should? I hate that statement. Why submitting to a man? Why to give us something to submit to? You hate that, but it's real.
Absolutely, but I never said a woman should submit to that type of man as well. All I just wanted to get down to is what type of man would you need in order for you to submit to that man?
Oh, well,
That's all I was saying because a lot of women say give us something to submit to.
right. Did
When
I answer your question?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Because
okay. I just want
again,
to make sure.
oh yeah, absolutely. Okay,
Hold
so
on.
we're on the same page because a lot of women say, "Oh, I need something to submit to." Then I'm like, "Well, what do you need to submit to?" I need a man to have these 5 things covered. Well, if that man, well, out of all the millions of men in the world, you can't find that one man who doesn't have those 5 things covered.
Right.
Yo,
So at the case, so then my question then becomes: it's not the man; it could eventually just be you, because you can find a man who can cover all 5 of those things. You feel
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Is what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You sure can. Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
Tawana, when women say that, what it usually is like the man has to prove he can lead, right? So
Absolutely.
it's dangerous a little bit when you type it and don't get a chance to articulate it. So
Right.
I'm glad that you articulated because that's not how it resounds to most women, right?
Okay.
And then it sounds like it when you read it, it's like it's transactional, right?
Mm,
Like
mm,
I will only submit if he does this, that, and the third, right? But
right.
you're saying if a man comes in as such, then you submit when he has those traits and he comes in to be a man. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? That's the
Hmm.
one thing that can be confusing, because
Right.
it's like women are only gonna be submissive and feminine if, right?
Right, right.
But
Right.
I feel like women should be those
Absolutely. I
things,
agree 100%.
right?
I
So
agree.
that the man can live in his masculinity and she lives in her femininity, as opposed to us trying to prove it and then she wanna all of a sudden, submit. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, they got all these men out here that don't even know what the definition of being a man is. So we big ups to all of the men who are real men who can even take the time to mentor these young men out here, these young boys out here that don't know the definition of what being a man is.
What's the definition?
Well, to me, the definition of a real man, Hamp, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it a buck,
Uh-huh.
is you.
That's dope.
Out of here.
Yeah,
I keep it real.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
Hold that talk. Let's talk that shit. Let's talk that nigga how to be that way.
Get him out of here. Come on, put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
See, I don't know you gentlemen. You all may be the definition of a real man as well. I don't
No,
know
we
you
we good.
personally.
We good.
I know Hampton. So I can
Yeah,
only
yeah.
give you what I see this brother doing. And you've already bigged him up too, B. You and even
yeah.
you guys gave your definition of Hamps and what you feel about him. I can only tell you my version and what I see in him as a man. Taking care of family, making sure and family to me is everything, and taking care of yourself because you got to come first. You can't take care of anybody else if you can't take care of you, right?
That's
So
true.
that's the part that I look at. He's a hustler. He makes sure he's grinding all the time. At work, when we work together, he's grinding. But he's not just grinding, but he's mentoring. He's mentoring and he's big and bringing people forward. You know, he's bringing people up with him. He's not leaving them behind. You see progression in somebody, you build on that progression. That's what life is about. Building on the progression of other men. You a man, so you know what to look for in other men, Ham. I'm a woman. I know what to look for in other women. So I bring people forward. I help them grow. And that's what life is about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely.
What up, man?
Tawana and I, we built up this branch together. Our company went from 5 branches to
Mm-hmm.
17 over the course of 2 years, and the branch that we worked in together was the flagship.
Yeah.
Just in terms of profitability, growth, so on and so forth. And I keep it the same. So I'm hard at work, hard on people, but out of love and respect, because I want them to grow. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, that's damn. What you think, B? You seen this? Have you seen this before?
Okay, break that down. What do you mean? You mean this type of interaction?
Tawana, yeah.
Oh, no. No, I would say no. But she did provide great insight to the question.
Do you feel enlightened?
Absolutely.
Do you feel
100%.
like there's hope?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you date older women? That nigga blushing like
Come with experience, baby. Come with experience.
Look at that nigga face.
Cheeks got rosy.
Listen, to answer the question, yes, I do date older women.
Okay. Because what I'm saying is, I'm joking, but I'm shit. Like, Tawana seen more, right? She experienced more. What happens with women is they can become jaded with those experiences. They become sullied, or they can learn and grow from said experiences. Right?
But also, I think that's where the difference comes in because of her experiences and because of what she's went through and been through. She has a different mindset compared to somebody. Let's just go with the 30s or so. To me, they're living a life like reality TV show, which is more scripted than regular TV. You know what I mean? So they out here, they see these Real Housewives of this, they see all this shit on TV, and they like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be. That's where it's at. And no, the fuck it's not. That is not real life. That's some bullshit that they created.
Speak it.
And then that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
The age though said?
Yes, I was about to say it's generational. I think it's generational.
I mean, like right now, you know, to me, we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants some instant type shit. That's what we was talking about earlier with the filling that space with Kevin Samuels. Everybody wants to hear it now. Nobody's really trying to build for the future. Nobody's looking for the longevity of everything. You know what I mean? And that's just what the difference comes.
Let me clarify my question. So is it because Tawana could have came out 2 different ways though? She could have learned and grow, or she could have been jaded. So how do we surmise that?
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, like you said, everybody comes out differently from their experiences. She came out on one side where someone else might come out and be like, fuck them dudes ain't shit. I'm just gonna do this, and this. And
I'm just gonna get me a woman.
Right. Can't no man lead me. And they're gonna, you're gonna be just butting heads the whole time trying to develop something with somebody older or whoever, depending on when they develop their experiences. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it boils down to at the end of the day.
Also point out what Tawana said earlier, in terms of her upbringing, but to Ham's question, when she pointed out that, she has you as an example of a real man, is that unique pivot, right? Like when women who have had those experiences, and like you said, they could either go left and be bitter and jaded, or they could go right and understand and learn. They have some sort of masculine mentorship that's just like, yo, like go this way because this is where you're going to find your healthiest, best you, right? And going that way is hard. Going that way is growing. Going that way, like Tawana mentioned earlier with her experiences, is understanding that, hey, possibly you fucked up and you got to grow from that. And it's like, yo, most of those women, and I know a lot of them, right? It's just like they completely sound way different than the average chick out here because they did the work on themselves.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
Tawana.
take care of home. Right
Yeah.
now, I'm getting ready to get up and make some salmon croquettes and grits. That's,
There you go.
you know what I mean?
Need that.
It's about taking care of home. People don't know how to take care of home. They
Nigga,
outside. They too busy trying to take care of outside instead of taking care of the inside. And I don't just mean in the house. I'm talking about their inner being as well. They're not taking care of that inner self. You know.
Well, first thing I want to point out is you can't spell croquettes.
Man, CROQUETTES. Don't play with me. You already know. So come and get some. I'm cooking for all of y'all. Come get some.
I'll be in the meeting, right? Getting on everybody's neck. This nigga want to say, Hamp, yo, you need to talk to people better. Man, fuck all that. Is it
Told you it's the delivery. It's the delivery, man. It's the delivery.
Yo, man. Yo,
but I respect y'all brothers, and I appreciate this forum. Hamp, you're doing a good thing with bringing this forum to fruition, man. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to see young Black men bringing positivity to the environment with realness. Not just with fake shit, but keeping it real. And I appreciate it 100%. I thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
Hey, thanks, Wanda. Hey, man, you see, we appreciate you hitting the link, and I think you really edified. Usually we be chewing whoever hit the link up, and we send them back down. But I think you did the chewing today. That nigga B thought he had some smoke for you. That motherfucking fire got put out.
Hey, yo, she crushed B, yo. She crushed B, yo. B just knew he had it. He's like, oh, I'm getting somewhere with it. He had a whole
Now we about to go get him some grits and croquettes.
Well, if ever you brothers are in Dallas, Texas, come see me. I got you. I'll make sure you eat. That's for sure.
All right, Tawana, be safe. Love you.
All right, you too. Y'all take care. Thanks again.
All right.
Later.
Damn, that's an edification, bro. Like, I feel some type of way. Like, damn, I'm happy.
Hey, yo, she bodied all them questions, man. For real.
Yeah. She was ready, yo.
She was.
Yeah.
She was.
Because, yo, like I said, yo, like a lot of women, yo, they don't want to put in that work, man. They don't want to put in that work.
And what she was able to do was break that statement down because, again, like a lot of women say, we got to have something to submit to. And I feel like in today's society, that's a word that just gets thrown around a lot. Oh, those are words. That's a statement that gets thrown around a lot. So that's why I was able to ask the questions that I was, because a lot of the women, they say they want this in a man, they want that in a man. But out of all the men in the world, you can't find that one man that's willing to cover all of those things. Because if you can't, then eventually it just comes down to you. And she was able to break that down and articulate it in a way that I was able to understand it.
But let me ask that question to you, though. How many men do you think actually cover all those bases?
I mean, I would say lots. I mean,
but how? Where's the proof on that?
Well, at least it would be for me speaking about the type of men that I know.
Boy,
and
that motherfucking stutter, boy.
Yeah.
Hold on now.
I answered your question.
I know, but I noticed you bit your tongue a little bit. Now, what, you good?
Oh, I'm good. I'm wonderful this way.
Go get you an ice cube or something. Your tongue.
I don't know. I don't need no ice cube.
So, how many men actually cover those bases, though?
I don't think it's a lot. I don't think it's a lot, yo.
I disagree.
Hold on. Don't. Nah, fuck that. Let B sit on this hot seat.
No. I would say there's lots of men that cover that. Again, it would depend on what the woman's asking and what she's looking for. I would say there's lots of men that cover that. There's lots of men that I know.
Nah.
Okay, but what would that woman be wanting would be the question. What does she want?
Tawana said.
Okay, and I know a few men that cover that. I do. I know several men that can cover that.
Now I think
but that was a question.
Eddie, I want Eddie and Bub to certainly get in. Now, I did hear the verbiage change though. You said a few just now.
A few, Okay, a few. Man, look, goddamn, man.
Damn, baby boy, you
Yo,
good?
I'm good. Man. I'm good.
Listen, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do.
yo,
I'm gonna let you cool the fuck off because you're a little stumped. All right. I'm gonna come back to you. All right. Get your thoughts together, Alex. I mean, B. All right.
Dog, ham on one
yo,
today, dog.
Yo, man, cuz man, we gotta hold each
yo.
other tight, bro. Like
This
we
it
got
is what it
Absolutely,
is.
Bub and Eddie.
absolutely.
Go ahead. What y'all gonna say?
Yeah, I was
Yo,
disagreeing because there's no way in hell that you have this many men on cue like that. And then I'm actively in social spaces, provided events and all that shit. And I listen to the women in social spaces, man. Like they're paying attention and pointing out the fact that there's only so many men like ourselves in the panel in particular spaces. And if they ask for particular things like Tawana was mentioning, they can't point to too many brothers, particularly black men, that are on that shit. Like I can point to this man and say he has all those. You said five things, whatever they were. Like that's not the case. Most motherfuckers out here don't know how to communicate. They don't know what they want to do with their lives. They actively don't know how to engage women without wanting to fuck all of them, right? Like every woman can be bust down. Like there's some women that are actively great in terms of just your networking or building you up, right? Have platonic friendship, right? There's men that don't know how to distinguish between all these different things that are easy as hell for like men like us. It's just like, yo, it's not that serious. I can manage myself this way. I can manage myself that way. And that's why I disagree with, saying that there's a lot of men out here that move like that. Nah, a lot of
yeah,
men don't have that versatility.
Hmm.
exactly. B, do you know how hard that shit is, man? Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is to provide for a woman, children, a household, champion that woman every day, build up these fucking kids every day on a daily basis? A lot of men out here, we don't. Let's keep it funky. A lot of us out here, we don't even want a joint account. You know how hard it is to have a joint account? You know how hard it is to pay all the bills? A lot of men ain't doing that. A lot of us ain't doing that. So let's just keep it a buck. This shit is hard. So it's not really a lot. So that's why I had to disagree with you on that point. Because, some may say they can do it, but once they get into that position, shit, a lot of us going forward. I'm just keeping it a buck. A lot of us definitely going forward. You know how hard it yo, you know how hard it is for a man to focus on just one woman with all these fucking women that's out here, all this temptation every day? Come on, man. A lot
And
of
then
us
they
ain't built
want
like
you
that.
because you the good guy that we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of us ain't built for that type of heat. Real. So
Mm. Damn. What you think? Go ahead. What you think?
Shit.
What you think, B?
I mean, I feel like they've given a lot of insight, but again, with the men I hang around and with several of the men in my family, I would say it from a lot, but I would say there are a few out there that can meet those expectations. I would say that much.
Now,
how
here's the
how many
thing.
got side babies?
Only one that I know of.
Wow. Put him in the fucking bed. Get him out of here.
But
Come
see,
on.
you
Put him
said
in the. Put him.
Yo,
see
yo.
what I'm saying?
I
See
think
what I'm saying?
you know what we breaking down?
What's that?
Talking points. So I think it's key. We have talking points, but we have to understand said talking points. Because if you don't understand your talking points, when we really break them down, you're gonna have a problem. It's gonna be problematic. So when we hear things, we got to make sure we understand them and actually agree, as opposed to just reciting, right? Because the numbers won't actually coincide with the talking points, right? The statistics won't. Babies out of wedlock, women who are largely unmarried but still have kids. Um, Even the percentage of us in prison is very small, but we still are the dominant population in prison, right? But a lot of black men aren't in prison like like we make it out to be, but we are still the most people in prison. Does that make sense?
Right. That makes sense.
So that's still a significant amount of us that are not out here, you know. But largely, I think the number is like 75% of people, maybe even higher, never experience handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? So the hood is small. Like that demographic is very small. So I think we just got to break it down. So do you think that Eddie and Bub are right, B?
Yeah, I would say yes. I would.
Okay, growth.
Yeah, that's how you grow, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's how you grow, B. You get the facts and you change your mind, man. That's good.
You got to, man. You got to. So Adrian, is it us or is it them?
I think it's both, yo.
I was gonna lead to that.
Hold the fuck
Oh,
on, bro.
boy.
You,
It's definitely
Bub, is it me, bro?
answer. That's not a straight
Yo.
answer. All
Bub,
right,
is it
cool.
me?
All right, bet. I got you. So I'll say it's us. It's
Okay.
us. I'll say it's us. It's 120% us.
Yo.
Why?
There we go. Because for one, everything starts with the man. You know what I'm saying? When you look at why women won't even submit, a lot of it's due to trauma. A lot of it's due to men not protecting them, men taking advantage of them, their mothers. So, and even I don't know, we talked before about like the man being forced out of the home. So the reasonings and there's a lot of different things that play a part into the why, but it starts with us. And even with our lack of understanding, right? So we'll talk about women, how they don't get certain things, or even with the Kevin Samuels thing, right? How the tone matters to them, but we won't switch up our tone. You see what I'm saying? That tone really matters to them, how we say things, but we're upset with them because they can't take things however we say it. That's an issue with us. If we are the ones that are responsible for them, if we are the ones who are supposed to teach them, allow them to grow, to serve them, how are we not giving it to them in a way that they can receive it? And we're trying to force them to, again, do something that clearly isn't working.
Damn. That's a good fucking point, bro. Yo,
Every once in a while.
damn, nigga. I just had a fucking epiphany. Yo, dead ass, bro. Yo, Bub, I don't switch nothing up, bro. As at work, as Tawana, I don't. Now I don't be I be cursing in meetings too. We was on a meeting with the CEO and all. I'm like, that's bullshit, Craig. Period.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Damn, that's a good. Yo, let me. Somebody say something, man.
Nah, everybody that shit, but I'm just like him. I don't switch up either, man. Like I always got to be 1,000,000% who I am. I don't care what set I'm in. I got to keep it a buck all the time. So, and that could be a problem. It could be a problem. It could be a problem.
But you know what's crazy though, Bub? You sleep better at night though.
Oh, absolutely. I sleep like a baby. Knowing I'm standing my ground.
Word. So said, is it us or is it them?
I would have to agree with A for the most part. That I mean, everything boils down to at the end of the day, it's going to fall back on the man's shoulders or on the man's back. That's just what it boils down to. We, as the males, as the leaders, we have to continue to try to teach and continue to try to mold the women, children, and so forth in the right direction. And I mean, I think that's what it all boils down to, us trying to get them to understand their roles and our roles and adhering to what we need to do so that we all can be prosperous and moving forward. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's just what it boils down to. So for someone to say it's us, yes, it's us. I'll go with us at this point. I mean, there's always a counter to it, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, they still have to get on the same page with us. They still have to ride with us. You know what I mean? They can't just not take heed to what we're bringing to them, and they have to definitely, fall in line. So that's why when I say it's us, I say it's us as men, but it's us as men and women that have to fall in line to our positions. You know what I mean? That's just what it is with me. Because if they continue to fight with us, no matter how much, I mean, you still got them badass kids, dog. Listen, people that work with kids, you got them. No matter what you try to do, they're badass. Just going to do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? And as many times you can put them in the corner, pop them, spank them, punch them, and whatever you gotta do, but they still gonna keep trying to, buck the system. But at the end of the day, as men, we got to keep on fighting and keep on bringing it to them. How only we know how to do it. You know what I mean?
Word. I like it, man. I like it. Listen, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Do me a favor, hit that like button right now. It helps the channel. The more likes we get, the more people that will see us, and we can grow and really start to spread this message, because there's other panel discussions out here, there's other podcasts, but it's not like this. You know what I'm saying? Because we aren't in a mold where we can't get canceled. Now, we ain't that fucking popular to get canceled, but we are taking risk every time we speak a truth, right? Like, you got people like, shout out to Joe Button, shout out to $1 Million Worth of Game, but that's what they do. They not going to work the next day, right? So they can say whatever, right? They can put on the facade, but we really got to mean it and stand behind this, right? And from us, we everyday people, you know what I mean? And they are not. So that vision, right? That message, it could be a facade, it could be fake. They don't have to live it out. No shade to them, but just generally speaking, right? When you get to a certain level. But this is different, right? Because I'm about to go finish demo in this house, and then I gotta go DJ, and I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow, right? Bub still on the third shift joint, right? On the train and fixing it. I mean, not to put it, but just like really grinding. And then he gotta go get his shirts and deliver them by hand, and then mail them out, and then internationally mail them and lose money on that, because we really trying to figure out what's what. You feel me? Chef Eddie should say Chef Eddie for a reason. But Eddie work every day. If you go back to some of the podcasts, that nigga is at his warehouse or something. That nigga's standing fucking somewhere with a big ass fan, and we can't hear the nigga. You know what I mean? But he at work, but he outside. You feel me? Like, this is everyday shit. If you notice, Adrian background is cute today, but on another day it'll be bland as shit because he in somebody old ass office, right? Working a double on a Saturday. You feel me? You may see B jump off real quick because he got to get down to the northwest, and we live in northeast, southeast. That's 25 minutes, depending on his method of transportation, to go deal with people in that godforsaken retail store, right? And that nigga was going to school at night. He just graduated and all that, right? These is real fucking people. I just was getting on. I was talking shit to said in the group chat because I didn't reschedule to have him come and do the yard, and said got his own landscaping company. He got his own moving company. He got his own handyman company each and every day. Right? Each and every day he out there. He called me the other day, say, yo, bro, you got any movers? Because I don't. Right? Because it was the last of the month. He had somebody trying to move, you feel me? But like, these is real people really grinding it out each and every day. So I think I just want to champion that and say shout out to all my brothers on the panel, because we really getting it in. You know what I mean? However we can. And where we live at, me and the three on the bottom, you gotta get it or else.
Yeah.
Like, not no shade to Connecticut and all that in North Carolina, but this shit is expensive as a motherfucker.
Expensive as fuck.
That's why I work in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I gotta get it.
Yeah, you feel me? I bought a Stella at this place called the W, cost $16. I ain't drink a Stella since, nigga. Fuck you feel me? So, I just wanted to, big up my brothers, let them know, like, we really getting it popping, man. Like out the mud every single fucking day. So shout out to $1 Million Worth of Games. Shout out to Joe Buttons, all them other niggas. But they ain't out here in the trenches.
All right.
Give a fuck how many years Rollo did. That nigga ain't in the trenches now. You know what I'm saying? Bald head motherfucker. So listen, man. I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Eddie, final thought.
submit to your man, man. Submit to the right man. Submit to healthy masculinity. And if you don't know what it looks like, find you an elder. Find you an elder woman that's not bitter, that can actually teach you, ladies, and live your life, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Word. Adrian.
Yeah, I champion what Eddie said, because when you find the right man, you're not going to be able to flip it on like a switch. It's literally a skill set. So it's things you can practice, whether it's with people you work with, whether it's with family members, church, whatever else. You can start practicing submission and communication and all things needed to be in a happy relationship. So y'all make sure y'all do the work now.
Word. Said.
Final thoughts: men be men, and once you be a man and become a man and be within you, the women will definitely follow. It's a natural thing, as they've said before. It's natural. It comes easy. Once you are in your space, they will definitely fall into theirs.
Word. B.
Shout out to Tawana, great dialogue. Men and women live a life of happiness and peace. If you never get married, just be happy. Live a life of happiness. Even if it's by yourself, just be happy.
Bob.
Ladies, don't miss out on a good man. Think you're gonna have to deal with what your ancestors had to deal with, and not be willing to grow with that man. Let's get it.
Word. I just think about what B just said. I don't even know if I give a fuck
No.
about being happy no more.
Oh, well.
Like, I got family, I got a wife. Like, I'm grinding it out. I'm gonna be dead by 69 and a half. I don't give a fuck.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it. That's it. I know me and Bub gonna die around the same time. Said definitely. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
2 girls. I got to go get ready now.
You
After I
feel
get
me?
up off here,
Yeah,
wedding
shit,
tomorrow.
probably gonna
You
work.
know what I mean? So I'm out here, man.
Shit don't stop. Adrian, 71. He gonna be out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know. Hey, I've been on B ass, ain't I?
Man, y'all be happy.
Yo,
Hey man.
it's all love though.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
shit.
most definitely.
Oh yeah, always. Hey man, shout out to one of our new subscribers, Red Lipstick Vibes. Hey, when y'all get a chance, type her name in on YouTube, because she said she just did a panel last week too. So we definitely want to support the support, you know. So when y'all get a chance, head over to hers. Just search it, Red Lipstick Vibes. It should pop up on YouTube, and we'll
All
definitely
right.
subscribe to her channel as well. We could cross contaminate, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I think you should work on being happy. I think there's a time to grind and then there's a time to shine. So I think right now we in grind mode, and then when we get there, we can smile. But right now, then we got to put our head down and do the work and help each other get to where we need to be, so that our women automatically see black men and know that that's their leader. Because right now they just don't. And I think that Adrian was 100% accurate and said saying it's on us and everybody else, but specifically so. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.